Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is Dan here with Vivid Racing, and we are going to debut an all-new project car here for you guys to follow along and see the build begin. Now, you have seen all types of cars from us, from BMWs, Ferraris, Porsches, Mercedes, UTVs, and everything in between. Now, we're starting off with one of the newest, most popular vehicles to be released by Ford, and that is the all-new Ford Bronco Sport. So here it is. This is the Bronco Sport, and if you didn't know, it is on your key. It is Bronco everywhere. Bronco on the trunk. We've got the Badlands badge on the side. Everywhere inside this vehicle, it is Bronco. Bronco there. Bronco emblem up here. Bronco there. Bronco there.
Ford Bronco.
Ford wants you to know that you bought a Bronco. So we have this new Bronco Sport that we're going to start modifying, and we're going to do all types of cool parts for, and even some performance tests to see what the new Ecoboost engine can produce. We've got plenty of experience playing with the Ford Ecoboost platform. You might remember our Ford Focus ST that we did, wide body fenders, big turbo upgrade. That was one of the most popular selling tunes and parts platforms we've done in a while. Now, we've also messed with the Raptor and many other ones. So we'll be able to really squeeze some extra power out of the Ecoboost, as well as make this for a proper off-road vehicle that it needs to be. Now, like everyone is waiting for the anticipated Big Brother version, the actual Bronco, this is gonna do it for now, and this has all the trimmings ready to begin. Ford really delivered all of the best when coming up with the Bronco Sport. Even from the front end here, you can see the awesome LED lights, the giant Bronco badge, and we haven't gone inside yet, so you can see GO.A.T mode. Let's go check out some of the interior features on the Bronco Sport for those that don't have one, so you can see what's inside. All right, here we are, the inside of the Bronco Sport. I do like Ford steering wheel. I think they did a great job with the shape, the ergonomics here. One of our custom Vivid Racing steering wheels is a must, maybe even some longer paddles, get something that's a little bit more taller here and here on either side. Digital dash display, awesome. Digital infotainment system, awesome. The gear changer, interesting. You know, I can live with that. But when you're ready to go off-road, Ford said you need GO.A.T mode. Now, with GO.A.T mode, we have all different types of off-road settings, from full-time four-wheel drive to locking rear diff, traction control. But the main important thing for us here is the performance. This is the 2.0 liter Ecoboost engine, similar to what we've had in the Focus ST. This thing is making 250 horsepower. It's gonna be really easy for us to gain some additional performance, just even out of a new cold air intake. We've got a charge pipe to the intercooler. We've got the intercooler itself, even the upper and lower intercooler pipes, and of course doing an exhaust system will help out. This is a very similar motor to what we've seen in the Land Rover Discovery Sport with the 2.0. So again, this is not 100% new, so we'll be able to definitely tweak it out a bit. There's my initial impressions of the Ford Bronco Sport. Now let's jump in it, take it for a little lap, and then we'll pull it on the dyno and see what she makes for stock horsepower. Here we are inside the Bronco Sport, and you might wonder, well, how does it drive? I'm sure if you come across this video, you've already done your research on the Bronco Sport, but has anybody actually flogged it, you know, hammered on it? Again, we've talked about this has the 2.0 liter Ecoboost engine with 250 horsepower, and the Ecoboost with its single turbo makes a good amount of power that is very linear and easy to drive. Much like the turbocharger found in the Land Rover Discovery Sport, the Ford Focus ST, there's more you can get out of the 2.0 liter. We're gonna put this thing in manual mode, we're gonna put it in drive mode, and we're gonna get on the gas with all of its 78 miles that's on here, and then we're gonna drive it back to the shop and we're gonna put it on the dyno so we can see what it really makes to the wheels. All right, it's got a little juice to it. You know, it gets up there, that's 60 miles an hour. Not bad, not mind-blowing, but again, what would we expect? So, what do we gotta do to this? We gotta do an ECU flash because that is going to improve the horsepower and the torque. And usually we see about a 50 horsepower gain when doing the Ecoboost ECU flashes. That'll be a tremendous improvement over stock. When you go from 250 to almost 300 horsepower at the crank, that is a big change. We're gonna stop here for a second. We've just put the car in manual mode. We've got the cool paddle shifters. Let's see what it does when we flog it. That was another 60 pull. It seems as if it will actually shift on its own. When I do press the upshift, it's switching. If I don't, it does switch on its own right at about red line, which is 6,500 RPMs. Third gear, second gear, hammer. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It definitely gets up there. Feels good, feels smooth, except for in between shifts. Now that's going to be something to do with tuning the transmission, which we do not do, so you do have a little bit of lag. It's not like a full dual clutch you find in a Porsche or BMW, but that's not why you bought this. You bought this because it is the new Bronco. It's got off-road capabilities with the G.O.A.T mode, but you do want the thing to have some cojones when you're driving. All right, now we've taken it around the block, done a little power boosting. Let's bring it back in, put it on the dyno, and see what this makes to the wheels on Vivid Racing's Mustang all-wheel drive dyno. Beautiful Arizona, 91 octane. Let's get to it. All right, the Bronco's on the dyno. We got it all strapped down, configured, and calibrated. So we're gonna run this first test, fourth gear, from 2,500 RPMs to 6,000 RPMs. Manual mode, here we go. So we just finished our first baseline, and the Bronco made 208 all-wheel horsepower and about 290 foot-pounds of torque. 70 degrees here in Arizona, Mustang all-wheel drive dyno, running in all-wheel drive mode, that way we don't have any check engine lights and whatnot, and 91 octane. So let's give it 2 more runs, make sure we have consistency, then we'll know what our baseline is and only where we can go from here. Baseline 2 has been run, got the heat soak going, even though we got fans on. So now we're at 198 and about 270 foot-pounds. So pretty consistent. We're gonna do 1 more run, make sure we've got all 3 baseline runs. Then we'll go ahead and analyze the graph, and we can only go from there. Baseline dyno tests are done, so let's talk numbers here. We've done 3 tests, and we've got some consistent results all ending up at the same point. And we've got about 200 horsepower to the wheels, and we're up around about 280 to 300 foot-pounds of torque, as expected from the 2.0 liter Ecoboost. So when we are doing the tests, we're doing 4th gear, and we run them, it does shift into 5th gear at 6,000 RPM, no way around that, but you really can't tell except for a little bit of a drop off right away. All right, you saw what the Bronco does, putting the power down to the wheels, took it for a test drive, and now it's time to get into the mods, work on that ECU flash, get this thing lifted, new wheels and tires, and everything else to make the Bronco that much cooler. So we are done here for today. We will keep this thing updated. You'll want to make sure you tune in to our channel, so press that subscribe button, like it, leave a comment, let us know what you want us to do to this Bronco Sport, and make sure you tune in to our Instagram, Vivid Racing, where we'll be doing some updates as well. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you at the next one.